Alright, cool. It's Today is November 3rd, 2024 here in Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco. Doing a quick, the last water change for my outdoor tubs. 51, 64, that's 10 to 18 degrees Celsius. The metal in Medaka today is, man, these freaking Kaler parts. These are tremolos that were made back in the 80s. My buddy had a bunch of parts. These are like, this thing is probably worth, oh boy, maybe a few $1,000s if you could sell these by parts and all that. But put aside, so I just got back from Nick's, and it's going to be one of those days. Let me just take a real quick sip. Oh yeah, oh boy. By the way, if you just became a member, just DM me your address on at MedakaMetal on Instagram, and I'll send you this official Medaka head sticker and all that. All right, so this is going to be my last water change for the outdoor tub that I have going on for this season. I'm just siphoning a little bit of the water out, probably I want to do about a 60% water change. It just goes all the way over here, like so. And I think we're almost there, right? 70%. And I'm going to explain why this is going to be the last water change. So everything's about the temperature for Medakas, right? So at 44 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 60 degrees Celsius, they stop moving. And for a good reason, because they don't have stomachs, and they basically, the body will not be able to digest, absorb the nutrients from anything that they eat. So what they do is they try to stay still as possible, so they're not utilizing the energy. So the worst thing you want to do when the water is cold, the temperature is cold, is to disturb them, meaning doing water changes, moving them around, because they're now going to be forced to move. You add water, they're going to be fighting against the current, right? So that's wasted energy. And you don't want to do that when they're trying to store the energy that they have absorbed from the phytonutrients that they find in the water, the green water, phytoplanktons, and all that stuff. So you kind of want to leave them alone. So right now, when we're seeing the average temperature being maybe 55 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 12 degrees Celsius is the average. The average is basically when it's the coolest in the day and when it's the hottest in the day, right? So just the average temp. You want to start thinking about, all right, if I do need to do a water change, you want to do it now. And you want to do it when the temperature is at pretty much peak during the day. So right now, the temperature is about 60. So that's about 15 degrees centigrade. When they're able to move, they're moving around, right? So let me see if this will even focus. So these are the babies that I have out here just because they were fried when the raccoons attacked. They were too small, and they were saved by the raccoon goddess just because they weren't able to see them. But oh boy, I gotta thank Fireharp's son, Ann H. son, Nico's Fish son, Mr. Andy son, Lauren Marshall's son, and Nicole's son for this beautiful, beautiful beer that I had at Nick's. Actually, it was a nice 21st Amendment IPA. That's my go-to beer when I'm there. But that one went down like oh boy. I have it every week, but it went down super smooth, a lot more smoother than usual. So domo arigato. Let me just take another real quick sip. So, all right. So the way I do the water change, again, you don't want to wait till the last minute when the temperature is just way too cold and you're just making them move around, wasting their energy that they're trying to store, because that will ultimately kill them. You know what I mean? They'll just tire out and they just won't be able to survive during the winter times. So you want to do it before it gets like too chillax, like too cold. So right now is the time, again, 55 is the average. It's good temperature. Like when 15 degrees Celsius hits, that's when you're like, all right, it's time to decide what I'm going to do with my fellas. So if you have a tub, when you have tons of medakas, again, the lower the condensity is, as far as population goes, the better, right? Because the more fish you have in there, there's more waste. The more waste you have in there, there's more ammonium that is toxic to them. And because you're not going to be able to do any water changes during the winter times, more toxic means, the quality of the water just goes down, leading the weaker ones to die from that. So for me, over here, I have a 20-gallon brute tank, a tub, and there's about maybe 30. And with this size, they're like very young juveniles. I'm really comfortable with, having 30, 35 maybe in a 20-gallon brute tub, which will only probably carry about 17 gallons of water, because you're never going to fill these up to the top, right? So 60% of the water is gone, and this is the last water change of the year. After this, I'm just going to be topping off the tub as the water evaporates during the winter times until maybe next April, right? So, all right, enough of me, enough of my talk, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, but I figure I need to do this water change, and I just hit record and spend my lovely Sunday afternoon with all you Medaka heads. Fuck suck son. I'm going to do what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pouring this water over here. 5 gallons. That should be enough of water. That will be transferred over here. Oh man, Lindsay's tank, son. Man, all you members, domo arigato. All you boys and ladies out there. Man, boy, the beer does taste good. Nino Franklin, son. Oh boy, Rocky's Garage, son. Jan Nolta, son. Christian Aquino, son. Oh boy. Mr. Golden Arm, son. All right. Oh boy. All right, so let me see if I can lift this with one hand. Oh, yeah. So this water over here is dechlorinated water. I just use a simple dechlorinator. Mix it with the water, and just let it sit for an hour, up to 24 hours. And the most important thing is making sure that the water temperature is the same. So if I have a tub out here and if I have a container out here outdoors, the temperature is going to be pretty much the same. Oh man, it's getting pretty heavy. So these are just the Midnight Frills times Redcliffe, what I call the metal riffs, and I think there are some Redcliffe's juveniles in there, but Just slow and easy. The basket I have over there is just filled with lava rock. Lava rocks have a lot of it's very porous. So the more pores, that means more surface area. The more surface area means that there is a lot more area for the beneficial bacteria to grow. So you want to go for more surface area when it comes to growing beneficial bacteria. So that is why I have these lava rocks. You can get them on Amazon, and I just put them in these strainers, and it's economical, and it works out. Like for me, like I've used these for years, and they don't deteriorate, so you could just keep on using them years and years and years and years and years on out, I think. Alright, so that was 5 gallons. I have 5 more gallons to go. Oh man, my back. Let's take another real quick sip. Niels Hansen-san, domo arigato. Oh, Mr. Ten-san, local buddy. Oh boy. Cameron Kilmer-san. Icky's Aquatic Sun. Les DL Sun. Domo arigato. And the newest MedakaMetal Medaka Hid member, Phil Campson. Domo arigato. So that's what, 19? Oh boy. Somebody did mention on the comments, like, you know, wait till you get to 40 sips. I'm going to have a fridge, or I'm going to have a cooler next to me so I could pop open the beers. So, all right. So, domo arigato, Phil Camson. And with your generous, what do they call it on YouTube? It's it's not the tip jar, but it's a supers. Yeah, he gave me an awesome supers, and I was able to. That was about 4 beers worth of supers. So, domo arigato. All right. All right, the next dinner. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Oh. Again, whenever you introduce like movement, motion in the water, it's forcing the medakas to like resist, right? Because they gotta fight the current because they need to stay at a balanced area. So you don't want to do this when the temperature is really low. You want them to save the energy when the temperature is really low, because they're not going to be consuming a lot of food. Why? Because they can't absorb and digest the food. So you want to do this when it's pretty warm. Right now at 55, it's good. They're still moving around, they're still eating, they're digesting the food, and they're breaking up the food that goes inside of them. So don't wait till the last minute when it's already cold and when they're just like at a dormant stage. Don't start moving around the water and all that, because that will, for a lot of the weak ones, they'll die just because they're using up all the energy that they don't have to, and they just run out of gas per se. So I think some of these like metal riffs are turning out looking cool. I like the darker ones with the lame, and you see the wide fins. the electric wide fins. Actually, that's a pretty freaking cool name. Electric wide fin. If I don't even know what I'm talking about, but if I could produce an electric wide fin, that'll be the name, man. Howson. Electric wide fin. It sounds better than Metal Riff. Electric wild fin. Okay. So that was about, that's probably 8 gallons total. So for me, the barometer is I want to keep the water up to this line. So it's a little shy, but oh well. I could always fill it up the next time. And, oh yeah. So, oh boy, I gotta start cooking. I'm going to be making Japanese curry tonight, and I gotta start marinating the chicken, chopping up the onions. When I make my curry, I don't put any water. I don't put any broth. I chop up 2 full onions, and by putting the chicken on the top and by just like covering it for about an hour and a half, all that water from the onions and the chicken just basically creates this like freaking ultimate awesome broth. And in there I put my curry. So okay, we'll do it again next time. Domo arigato. Follow us here. Daylight time savings, I guess, man. Is wide awake at 4 a.m. today. So, right, we'll do it again next time. Domo arigato. MedakaMetal at Instagram is where I can be contacted. DM me, and we'll do it again next time. Thank you, domo arigato, for all you MedakaMetal members. If you want to become a member, just go to Instagram, or no, go to YouTube and hit the there's a join button next to the subscribe button, but you can't do it from your smartphone for some reason. You got to go on your browser and go to YouTube and all that. But when we do raffles, we'll have fun and all that stuff. So yeah, okay, over and out. We'll do it again next time, next week. Happy November. Outs.